All right, welcome back to Flanks06 channel. Today I am going to be going over the Tanares RPG Pledge Manager guide video. Really hope this can help expedite the Pledge Manager for many of you guys, or explain things that maybe you're just not sure about or unclear, and I'll do my best to explain everything that I can. So a couple things to jump into here at the beginning. For many of the returning backers, if you've already completed your pledge and you didn't want any additional items, pretty much this is going to be the very simple pledge manager for you. You're just going to go through just confirming, no extras, moving on to shipping, and then checking your address, right? Making sure that you have the correct address, and then confirming, paying for your shipping. Now remember, the shipping costs were never actually paid for. Previously, they all had a weight of 0. Now that we are ready to start sending out rewards here, very soon they're going to actually be shipping with the Tanares Adventures Ultimate campaign wave. That we're at that place, ready to do it. So you're just going to be closing that out, paying for your shipping, and that's it. It's going to be very simple for you. If you're somebody that is a new backer, or you're a backer that didn't get everything, or there's items that maybe you missed previously, this video is especially going to be really helpful for you. And so we're going to go through those items and try to explain things as best as possible. All right, so if you see my screen here, this is the opening of the Pledge Manager. If you are a returning backer, you will see an email from CrowdOx or BackerKit in your email. It could go to the junk, of course, like they often do. So click that link. You'll be able to get into the Pledge Manager, and this will take you to this screen here. If you're a previous backer, if you're a new backer, I'm actually going to go and show what that looks like as well. So let's pretend I am a returning backer here, and I have the RPG All-In Plus Super Kit Minis pledge. One quick thing to note here is that there are no miniature related rewards in this Pledge Manager at all. And there's no mention of any other miniature items here. If you want board game items, you need to go to the Game Found Pledge Manager for Tanares Adventures Ultimate, and you can go purchase those items there if there's things you missed or other things you want. It's not gonna those board game items are not going to be in here. This is solely for the RPG, so keep that in mind as we're going through here. That's the only thing we're looking at today. Okay, so we have my pledge here. You see a lot of the rewards that are in there. I'm going to talk about each of these as we go on through. You select your country, of course, is wherever you live, and then you will select a product depending on the item you pick. So in my case, I get to choose between the black or white slipcase. And basically what the difference is, and there's some pictures on here so you can see it as well, but the white slipcase gets this premium holographic dragon eye that's on the side of the case, and it definitely looks different. Here you actually can kind of see it a little bit in this picture here. And basically that's the premium white case, so you can select which one you want. If you are an all-in pledge backer, that choice is free. If you are somebody that is not an all-in backer, it's that white slipcase is actually a $9 upgrade. So we'll see that here in a second, but I'm going to just jump on through into the extra section. So that's the next tab. Looking in here, we have all of the extra items you can just add on to your order if you would like them. So you can buy the PDFs individually at $25 each. So each of the 3 books are here. We have the physical RPG books. So this is if you want your physical books that you already ordered, so you need to have a pledge that has physical books, you're going to add this, and what this is going to do is say, I want it in French. This would replace my books with a French version. So you're not going to receive English. You're just going to receive the French version. And to note about that as well is if you are a translation backer, those items are coming separately you'll be receiving all your other rewards except for the translated components, and that will come later. So that is the physical RPG books. Going down to the digital conversion. So this is basically if you had just the digital items, you can convert them to your language, and that's just a $5 upgrade. And it's just across all the books. So if you have all 3 books, it's just going to be $5. So they're very simple there. Then you can get different pledge levels. So if you wanted to add additional pledges to your order, of course you can do that. We have things in here like the 24 dungeon maps. So this one, I don't have much, a lot more pictures than these ones, but this is actually, I think, what they're going to look like. Obviously, you know, much bigger. They are going to be 12 maps. They are A1 size and thickness. Maps their colors with grids for 5e. So you will be able to you know, place all your miniatures from the board game on here, and they will fit in there as well. And I believe they'll come all like rolled up in like a tube, is the plan for that. All right, next up, the black slipcase. So if you are an all-in backer, you will see something like this where it says the default choice for essential box, no additional charge required if you wish the black slipcase instead of the white one. So if you want the black slipcase, you probably should have selected it in the last menu, but if for some reason you didn't want to do that or whatever, you can add it here. Now this could be a confusing point. Basically, don't add this if you want the white slipcase, because if you do, we're gonna think that you want the black slipcase. So it's a one or the other. You get the white or you get the black. So make sure to, you know, select preferably the previous page correctly, and then kind of moving on. So like I said, there's other pledge options here. So essential box, you can get it with the black slipcase at $129. The essential box physical here. Okay, so then moving on to the next one here, we have essential white slipcase. So that is at $138. That one is the same essential box, but with the white slipcase instead. All right, moving on to the GM-less pack physical. So this adventure pack here is going to have about 200-page booklet, 200 plus cards that you're going to be able to use as a solo mode. I don't have any pictures that I can show you of it, but I will give you the synopsis here of how it is, how it works, what the idea is behind it. So it will be similar in the same vein as Tanares Adventures, where there's choices in the lore and where you will go, but it will follow the same history as the In the Realms of the Madness narrative book. So that narrative book is the new book, part of this RPG, and it's following that story. So that is a brand new story. We've never done it before. Even though it has a very similar to the name to the one that's in the board game, it's actually not the same thing. It is a story that happens into the future after Tanares Adventures, after Time Twist, after all of those other situations from the board game happen. The RPG is actually later than that. Okay, the combat will follow the 5e rule set, and monsters will have a simple AI system that simplifies encounters without denying the use of your character abilities. So you'll still be able to play similar to how you do with 5e rule set, but you know, a simpler AI to kind of help speed things along and make it easier. Now, of course, the intent of this is to be able to either play without a GM or to play this even solo. But either option would be available. The goal is to allow you to build your character and have all the tools you would use when playing with a GM, but in a way that makes interesting gameplay for solo play or for a group that wants to play without a GM. The GM list pack follows the adventure in the Realms of Madness story and allows you different paths with lore and exploration decisions that impact your story. So that is just kind of the quick synopsis there on how it is. Obviously, you know, there's only so much variation that we can provide even in this solo mode. You know, having a real life DM is probably going to be your best situation, but this is definitely a great alternative if you don't have that, or you just want to try to be able to play this by yourself. So anyway, that is the GM list adventure pack. Next up is the map and GM screen. So you can view these here. Here we go. So and this is actually not the GM screen on the inside. Obviously, this is the back side of the GM screen. So what the players would view on the inside is going to be all information specific for, you know, using the Tanares RPG system. Then we have the Imperial map. This is not the final version. There is some additional changes that are coming, but this was the sample version that was put on here before. And in fact, you can actually zoom in on this one, so you can kind of see a lot of the different regions and stuff like that, and cities and little you know, little points of interest. So that's a cool one there. And then we have the capital map. Same thing, except in the capital, so you'll be able to kind of look around, see the different streets and things. Of course, this is information that had existed in the campaign as well. All right, so going back here, so you're getting those maps, and you are getting that GM screen. So just to clarify as well, you can buy that individually, or if you have an all-in or the essential kit, it's already in there. So you don't need to add this additionally. It's already included. But if for some reason, you know, you were buying just an individual box or something like that, or individual like book or something, you could, you know, do this as well. Okay. Then we have the Player's Guide to Tanares physical version that's priced at $50. So basically what the Player's Guide has in it is quite a bit. So 4 new classes, and within those new classes, there's 13 subclasses, and then 16 5e subclasses. So that thing is just brimmed with content, and there's, you know, things about the world in there as well. It's not going to be as expansive as like the source book is, but honestly, it gives you a lot to be able to kind of just start into the world of Tanares if you want. And then, of course, you know, you have all the characters and things to be able to play. So anyway, that is the Player's Guide there. Then we have the Power Decks physical. So the idea with the Power Decks, I also don't have a picture of this. This actually, I think, is pretty close to what the version is going to look like. But basically, there is sets out there in the other 5e official game content out there that you can get essentially spells and abilities for those classes. And that way it's kind of just easier to track with a card than necessarily having to search through the book. That's pretty much what this is, but for Tanares RPG. So all of 4 new classes here all have those abilities and spells in the cards. So it's actually a lot. 363 cards are in there. In fact, that is a big jump from what was originally promised. I believe it was like around 200 something. And so a significant number of cards was actually added for the Power Decks there. So you're getting quite a bit for $19. All right, the Tanares Campaign Sourcebook Physical, $50 there. So I can show you here. You will see that we have the Tanares Sourcebook Sample. This is one that we put out just a couple weeks ago for everyone, but you know, on the Discord originally, and it's going to be added into the update that is coming out basically at the same time as this video is coming out, so everyone can access this. It's the first chapter of the Tanares source book, just freely available for people to check out and see, you know, if this is the world that's going to excite you and jump in here. So there's actually quite a bit. This is 16 pages here. actually, it's more than that. I think it's 32 pages of content here. So you're getting all of the races that are discussed about in here in the source book. You're talking about the different regions of the world. We're talking about some of the more specific areas and interest locations of the world. Penumbral Plain, which is, of course, for anyone that has seen the board game already knows is a big part of the world, and we're kind of learning more about that world, of the different layers that exist in it. So you're really going to get in much deeper into the world and lore than you've ever seen before. So if the lore has excited you, this is gonna be what you want. The source book here, it is filled with tons of things. You got factions that are coming up. The good guys, the bad guys, and honestly, it's kind of a mix. There's some that are like kind of bad, but they're bad for their own reasons. So there's a lot of cool things in there. So there's religions that are in here. And like, this is just the first chapter. There's a ton more in here. This is just that sample. But the source book and the narrative book will be coming out pretty soon. I know it's gone on way longer than what many people thought it would, but we are planning to make all of this available right after the Pledge Manager closes, at least for the digital content, of course, right? So the digital content, you'll be able to get your digital version of the books very soon after the Pledge Manager closes, and you can start playing as soon as possible. So that is coming up very soon. Tanares source book there. All right, next up is the thematic dice set and game. So there is a game here. I actually do have pictures, sort of, but I can't technically show them. Unfortunately, the manufacturer specifically asked not for them to be shown because they hadn't finished everything in it. But basically, what you are getting here is 23 dice. You are getting the hit dice for each class, including the new Tanares RPG classes, and you are getting a full set of 7 polyhedral dice to use there and they're all like penumbral, kind of like cool metallic-y flakes and reflective and kind of mystifying looking dice. And in fact, there is an update that even shows it here. So the thematic dice and game set, you can look at it here. It talks about a little bit about the mini game that comes with it, but here's what I'm talking about. So you're kind of getting these different hit dice here that you would use for playing the RPG. Anyway, so that is the RPG dice add-on. Next up is the white slipcase. So like I showed earlier, that is the reflective eye there. And it's pretty cool alternative option to the black, although the black is not bad either. This is what the black one looks like. So you're kind of getting the Elder Dragon head on the side, and then on the inside of the case, there's like this gold kind of like dungeon type look on the inside, which is pretty sick. I like that a lot. All right, and then we have the Pledge Manager all-in RPG additional pledge option. So of course that's always available. All right, next up, you are going to put in your shipping address, and yes, that is not my address. Yeah, you're gonna put in your address, make sure it is up to date as possible, and then all those items will be headed to there. Now, I will say, if you are a Tanares RPG, Tanares Ultimate backer, make sure that it's set to the same location. If it's set to a different location, I don't think you're going to be it's going to be possible for you to get a shipping discount, especially if you're in a different region. But I'd say even just a different location, it may be difficult. I would definitely contact customer service about that. So either contact@dragorigames.com or Cristina @dragorigames.com can help. She's trying to help with the pledge managers as much as possible, and customer service is helping out in there as well. They're also working on more general requests and replacement requests from the last campaign. So anyway, make sure to get that to the same area. And basically you're just reviewing your order here at the confirm stage. And then you will have your shipping total and payment balance. You enter in your payment details and then press the confirm, and pretty much you're done. I will say one thing in here is I actually don't have the shipping discount applied on my order. And that's just other things not related to this at all. If you are a Tanares Adventures Ultimate backer that has completed their pledge already, you're eligible to get that shipping discount. The discount, I believe, is about $16 or so to your pledge. So it'll make it much more manageable in terms of pricing, but it's still quite a bit of content here. So the all-in here is between 8 and 9 kilograms of content. So it's still quite a bit of content there. But anyway, just so you know, that is what that would look like. All right, let's jump to what it would look like if you are a new backer and you're jumping into this for the first time. All right, so basically you're going to have the option of 5 different pledges. The pledges being the 1 digital book, that's if you just want 1. The hard book physical PDF, this is just for 1 physical book, and you get the PDF with that book. Or the all digital books and files. So if you want all of the 3 books, but you just want the PDFs, instead of paying $25 each, you can get the slight discount there at $69 for that. And then the all-in RPG without miniatures, that is the one. Basically, you're getting all of the RPG additional content. You know, the GM list, the power decks, the dice, the maps, slipcase, the Emperor's private art collection. In fact, I think I missed that one earlier, so I will go and check on that. But the art book here, I have a preview here of what it looks like. So basically, it's pretty simple as what it is. It's the art in full resolution detail. And basically, you're going to get awesome art like this. So the hero characters, I believe, have like their names added to these. This is just kind of the location art. So you're kind of just seeing like some of the different locations in the world, but they're not really specific. So you're getting content that is from Tanares Adventures and Tanares RPG. And that's why you're getting a crazy amount of art in this. Yeah, it is 254 pages of art here. So there is quite a bit of cool art. And I will say the intent of this book too is for you to be able to, you know, show different worlds and locations to your players, and for you to maybe like change them in the most optimal direction. So you'll see some characters that are actually, you turn the book to show, just so it's in a larger format. Otherwise it would kind of be scaled down if that was the case. But anyway, that's going on. That's what's going on with the Emperor's private art collection. And so anyway, you select your pledge just as you would here. Let's actually pick a essential kit pledge, just so you can see what that looks like. You select your location, and let's choose France again here. You'll notice, right, that product selection of the slipcase is charging $9 there. So that one should be, that is accurate. It's only with any of the all-in pledges that it was free. Otherwise, you would have to pay that additional. You select your reward, and then we're back here. So like I said, this is back to the same screen that we basically had before, and then you are going to fill it all out. Now, I don't have the, you know, like a location to specifically do, but, you know, of course there will be charges for VAT. That's not something that we have any control over. That's completely on, you know, whatever country that you are from and what they charge. So basically the taxes, right? And then the taxes on the shipping that are applied. And that, like I said, Nothing we have control over. So complete your shipping address and then go back to confirm, and then that's pretty much it. So that is, I'd say, the crux of most of this. I do have some recommendations here that I will give to everyone, and I'll probably put this in the link of the description here. But basically, the recommendations that I'm giving to backers is, if you you're an RPG person that plays a lot of 5e content, and you really just kind of care about just getting the new classes, but maybe not the full world of Tanares. You just want new classes, new subclasses, because that's really all you want. Then I'd suggest, and this is for digital content, of course, so this is going to be your cheapest option, that you're going to want to select that one book that's digital for $25. And I'd suggest the player's handbook, because that's what will have the content, right? That has that 4 classes, 13 of those subclasses within those classes, and then 16 of the 5e subclasses. So that's at $25. If you want all of the RPG books at the cheapest price digitally, then definitely get the all digital books and files at $69. That's going to give you everything in the world of Tanares. Now, obviously, it's all PDF, nothing physical there, no accessories. You're just kind of getting that, and you'll be able to play all of that very soon. I'd say probably within like the next month and a half, or less. So very soon that will be coming. All right, next up is, you want all of the RPG books at the cheapest price, but you want it physically. So you're going to want the Essential Kit. That one is priced at $129. That's the one that comes with the 3 books, comes with a slipcase, and comes with that map and GM screen already included. So it's already in there. So you don't need to, have something else to kind of keep it together or whatever. It's all together in that slipcase. That is my recommendation there. If you want everything, obviously get that all in RPG without miniatures pledge, and you're going to get all the books, dice, cards, all the art books and everything else. That is, anyway, my suggestions for Tanares RPG. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions, comments that you want to give, and I will answer them as best as possible. Of course, customer service, like I gave earlier, is available as well at contact@dragorigames.com to help answer your guys' questions as they're coming along, or Cristina@dragorigames.com. Anyway, that is it for today. Really appreciate you guys, your support. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And then if there's other people that have questions about this content in the Pledge Manager or comment section, be sure to show this link to them as well. So hopefully we can help as many people as possible. All right, thanks everyone. We'll see you at the next one.